How's it going, everyone? My name is Flipribbon, and welcome back to Pathologic 2. Sorry for that, week delay. I just needed a break, and I got a little bit obsessed with Elden Ring, but that doesn't matter. Welcome back to Pathologic 2. Last episode, we, kind of just explored the Death's house. Excuse me, I'm a little rusty, and that's kind of it. Just went to Notkin and Khan, saved the CRUDE SPRAWL from infection, and didn't save any human being from infection, but we tried our best. And this is a return to the whole voiceover format. I really am sorry if you're not a fan, but there's gonna be like 2 to 3 more episodes of this, so stay tuned. We start the day by kind of just getting some rest. Just need the rest. The exhaustion will kill us. But then, our plan is to run immediately to friend times at the station. Because, if you remember, at the end of my other Pathologic playthrough, and the beginning of this one, I said I wanted to be a better friend to my friends, and, that hasn't worked out great, you know, so far. I've been much more, like, drawn to being a ripper, and, an asshole, essentially, who's very short-tempered and only does things that seem to immediately benefit him. And that's not really looking after your friends, but it's an attempt. So, yeah, that's what we're doing, and grabbing some herbs on the way. In the spirit of being, you know, a dick to your friends, I'm realizing these conversations with your friends, they just don't mean much. I mean, I guess it's sort of just to show that you have friends, that you're not alone in this, that maybe there will be, you know, slivers of light throughout this absolute fucking void, but, I don't know, it's kind of just about, you know, talking about the plague, what it's gonna do, how it's gonna affect our friendship, whether it brought us together, whether it was me, you know, who knows, who cares? Lara is boring. That's what we learned. Everyone loves Lara, but goddamn is she boring. And here we get our first examples of, you know, Grief sort of seeing behind the curtain, which I think is interesting. Grief has always been, like, smarter than everyone else, and I kind of wonder why. Like, his reflection doesn't ever really say anything, from my understanding. It just says that he wants to pretend to be a kingpin. Is it the fact that he is an actor, his character is an actor, and that's why he's able to see through all these things? I don't know. But he's talking about, you know, the factory, the kin getting all angry at Fat Vlad, getting pissed off that they're all trapped in the Trimidery, and how the plague is definitely going to just set all this shit off. Just destroy the whole town in a beautiful fireworks show of revolt.
Time to grow up.
And Ruben is still an idiot. He's just talking about how the kin hate him, and he hates the kin, and what a great relationship that is. This man should definitely be the surgeon of the town when he hates the entire indigenous population and they hate him. Just a match made in heaven right there. Perhaps old friendships can be mended, but our lives will never be the same again. Indeed. I mean, just absolutely indeed. It seemed like everyone was already pretty depressed, though, in this town before the plague hit. Like, is there any discussion about that? How Lara has pretty much already given in to, like, being depressed as shit, and Grief is already resigned to being, like, this evil man, and Ruben is like, fuck it, if they can hate me, then they hate me. Like, the town was not in a good place before the plague, and I feel like that's something to keep in mind. Because at the end of Clara's route, I was like, wow, this ending seems really nice. You know, like, everything is the same as it was, the music playing is real nice, people are dying, don't pay attention to that. But, you really get to see, like, the town was not okay. Isidore had every reason to say that this shit was grown wrong. And that is why I love Artemis' route. It just feels the most at the heart of this story. It's the best. I really can't emphasize enough, like, how much the inventory was a problem, okay? Like, if I could name this entire run that I recorded, okay, one thing, I would name it inventory management. Because half of every recording session I did is me just rifling through my fucking inventory, trying to pick things up. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you're like, come on, Flip, when are you upgrading the inventory? When are you finally gonna get to the point here, huh? Come on, you've been talking about it. Why don't you do it? I'll tell you, okay? Just not right now, okay? It's rude to interrupt the theater, even though I'm pretty sure I interrupt the theater.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Yep, there it is.
Welcome the outbreak. The theater is officially disbanded.
Lies and slander.
As well as other conveniences. Running water, access to your own children, who never leave their beloved polyhedron anyway.
Who speaks in parentheses?
Sewage,
I'd love to
friendly
find one
smiles
person.
on the street, any respect for the institution of marriage, food, etc., etc.
On the order of that big city bachelor,
These voice actors are
all
incredible. I just want to say that.
costumes are to be handed out to orderlies. You know, protection.
By the way, obeying the orderlies is now mandatory, per current laws.
Is that all?
For now.
The town is doomed. Why bother with any of this?
Do you see it? Do you see it? I
Ladies
finally
and
noticed.
gentlemen,
Their little heads.
please
Their little heads in the
fulfill
nose and their little eye sockets. Of course, they're not
You
all the
have
way in the
until
bird
morning
mask. It's
now.
like a little hat
Make
headdress.
sure your affairs are in
My
order,
brain just
and
exploded
do
when I
your
saw that
best
the
to
first time.
pursue your
It made me
dismal
so
dreams.
happy, because it's such a neat little detail. And to the dead items guy, what a classic. He only had one fish, which I remember distinctly pissing me off, so I got the ring, got the bracelet, because you want to get as much as you can from the dead item guy each night, instead of like hoarding all your dead items for when he has good stuff, because just a waste of your resources. You're going to get a lot more dead items. There's going to be things that he has that you don't want on the next night, and it doesn't matter. It's a whole thing. It's a whole economy, but I think I eventually get it. But I didn't want to sacrifice all my rags because they're a very high commodity trading item. Just, you got to think about the weirdest things in this game, like how bloody dirty rags are more worthwhile than, like, you know, a broken piece of glass. Don't question it, just accept it. And here, you can see me desperately scrambling to find a clothes store. I found one. I'm worried I'm gonna die, but the problem is, I had to eat that fish immediately so that I could have even 3 spots in my inventory to carry anything else. It's just gotta happen. It's just gotta happen, so we're going to the clothes store. It's gone too far, this inventory shit. It's over now. Did I say over now? Because what I meant was, this is not the one specific clothes vendor who has the sheet I need to upgrade my inventory. So great, a wonderful waste of time. I buy some thread, I think I sell him something, maybe a ring, because I want the toolbox, but I also can't fit the toolbox, but $855 for a ring is a good deal. So offload a bracelet on him, because it's also like $700 I think, and that's the clothes store. What my plan was after this, I don't know. I think it was literally to find a different clothes store, yep, as you can see. No, I was gonna go get food. That's always a move.
Closer.
Until, of course, there's a random man who jumps you outside of the clothes store and you have to run immediately back in. Luckily, this clothes store has a back door. Oh, not that one, though. Back door. It's so dark I can hardly see. Yup. And off we go. And introducing Flip's grandmaster plan of wasting a bunch of his health to beat up a guy just to let him run away. It's great. It's really good. I don't regret anything watching this back. Don't even worry about it. In any case, it's food time. I don't know why nobody is lighting candles, but, you know, we have a whole bunch of money, get all the food we can. I've been getting the raisins and, like, the nuts and stuff. I think I didn't this time because I'm starting to run a little low on money, but it always seems like the move to just buy the raisins since they're like $100 and you can probably trade them to kids for something way better, but whatever. You live and learn. And then I look for a clothes store again. Alright, good plan. Go into the clothes store. Oh shit, I have no health. Please, sir, don't do this to me. Yeah, this guy is nothing. Alright, you think this guy is something? Yeah, he's nothing, of course. You know, I'm Artemi Burak. I can take anyone in the world. Can I take 2 people in the world? Can I take 3 at once? I consider loading back. I'm like, no. Maybe I can get away. Maybe I can get away. And I can do this. Dies immediately. And there, my friends, lies the first death of the run. I remember being so mad. So mad. Did I even talk to Mark? Nope. 100% denial of the mark. Yeah. Sounds about right. What I did after reloading the Aspity save isn't really worth going into. I essentially did exactly the same things. I got the rings, I got the bracelets, I got the fish, I sold the ring, I sold the bracelets. Everything was pretty much identical. I just wanted to get to the bridge square so that I could go to this other clothes store to hopefully, just finally, goddamn upgrade my inventory. However, it never hurts to have a little cash on hand, so I decided to get some money for the heart instead of trading it to the dead item guy, which I think I did last time. I don't remember. Maybe I was always planning to sell it to Var, but I got the bandage so that I could have it, so I could have another dead item later. Whatever, just thinking ahead, and after this, I swear to God, it's the clothes store. Hello, fine man. Do you have, by chance, a single sheet in this fabric store? Fucking no. Absolutely not. The richest district in the town simply doesn't have a sheet. This boggled my mind. There has to be a specific place where there are sheets. And, alright, I know what you're thinking. $500 on matches? Flip. You're going crazy. You're going gangbusters here. Didn't you just sell a heart so you could get money so you could buy the sheet? What are you doing? I know. This is just how my brain works. I try to overspend, sell off some of my things, and then if I can't do that, I cut back, okay? I swear to God, I don't spend $500 on matches. Well, boy, oh boy, where could another clothes store be? Extremely nearby. This is all very convenient, but it's also incredibly annoying because, God damn it, I just had to redo fucking everything. I just died. I'm so greedy. I'm so greedy. Alright, I see one guy just like, oh, this is an opportunity for me. And I take it. And Artemy takes the opportunity, Burak takes it. Usually works out. For all intents and purposes. Oh, but see, he's afraid of bridges. It's like the Truman Show. And that gives me an even greater opportunity. So greedy. So greedy. But you know what? I'm convinced you kind of have to play the game this way. Like, to survive on these difficulties. You have to be willing to just say, yep, that person is a piece of trash to me. And that's all she wrote. And that's how he runs. God, I hate this video game. It's like, you see them running, and if they're like 2 feet away, you're like, yep, gotta give up. Inventory. Am I right? You can tell I'm not really processing that time is a thing during all of this, and day 4 just kinda rolls around, in which the theater observes a full house. And, nice, this is where it all gets rad. The piano, dude, starts immediately. It's art. I love the piano. I love the piano in this game. The piano questline in this game is like, I don't know what it is about it. I just love that it doesn't guide you to it at all, other than a random piano that I literally thought was, like, music for the game for the longest time. It's so good. So awesome. Plus, the music is awesome. The composition is fucking amazing. Clothes store, Mark III, just have a sheet. A repellent cloak, you say? Well, here's where it gets tricky. Does Flip have the mental fortitude to remember that it's not a repellent cloak he needs to upgrade the inventory? It's a sheet. It's a sheet. They're different. They're different, but they do the same thing. You can wear them the same way, but they're different, Flip. You have to know they're different. Please, God, don't buy the repellent cloak. Please, just don't click that button. Fuck. Well, the bet is made, and we can all see the problem now, can't we? In any case, this is a horror I have yet to even realize. It's something I knew was a probability, okay, to be fair, but I thought I remembered seeing the repellent cloak texture in the inventory upgrading screen, and that's why I bought it. And so day 4 begins with this ominous dark cloud of, I'm gonna upgrade my inventory at the end of this, and, we all know that shit's not gonna happen. Oh, really? Well, hello, Piano House. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever Piano House comes into play, you just want to hit Piano House. It's a quick, easy quest, you know. I don't know what you actually gain from it, other than, like, you know, a fun story. Basically, it's a waste of time. Maybe don't ever go to the Piano House every time. I go into the Piano House every time because I love the Piano House. You do not need to have the same irrational attachment to the wasting time piano quest as I do. On second reflection, I wouldn't call this a waste of time quest. It's more like it's a quest that's confusing, unless you've, like, played Clara's route. Unless you've played the original Pathologic and know exactly the state of this world, this quest kinda doesn't make sense. What it is, I think, my theory, right? Because this is a real composition. It wasn't made for this game. It's not something that Nina, What is Capella's mom's name? Son of a bitch. Don't worry about it. It's... Victoria, I remembered. Don't worry. It's not something she wrote. So it must be the powers that be are writing Capella's character to have her mom write this composition, but it's actually Clara. Oh, God. What even? What are you supposed to glean from this questline? I love this game because you could pore over just this for like hours and not come to a good answer. Is that good? Or is that bad? I think it's great. I think it's amazing. It's beautiful. Cut to the theater where we talk to Ruben about our beautiful doctoral duties.
You pay for in pain.
Is that really true? I don't know. I wouldn't say so. I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe you have an inkling of wisdom stuck in that big bald head, Ruben, but here he goes on his tirade about how I'm a big dumb asshole who... sucks at everything, and I should just let Ruben do everything, even though the kid hates him. He doesn't know how to use my father's fucking shit. He doesn't understand how to brew tinctures, and he even, concedes and is like, yeah, alright, Burak, I can't do that. We need you to do that. We need you to make the tinctures, because I can't do it. Ruben is an idiot. Just such an idiot. But he's such a real person, he's definitely the ignored stepbrother who overcompensates a little too much, and, we all know one of those. Today's task, give painkillers to all living patients. All living patients. Only the highlighted ones, actually. I will never live this down, okay? I fucked up the very first hospital quest the first time I played this game, and I honestly can't tell you how exactly, but it says all patients. And I guess I gave it to the wrong people. In any case, Lara says, hello, I really want to help. Can you please just let me help? And I'm like, Lara, please God don't help. You're going to kill everyone around you and yourself. It's just better if you don't. I'm going to make a cure. Don't worry about it. It's literally just like, Lara, please sit down and don't do anything. That is the best choice for all of us. Which is kind of depressing, right? It's the last thing Lara wants to hear. Lara's fucking... Her entire thing is she wants to help, and she literally can't do anything, as fate ordains her. Yeah. You gotta love Pathologic. A very light-hearted tale. We finish all our duties at the hospital and end up at Big Vlad's to, again, just sort inventory. At this point, inventory is the steez. I'm trying to get all my inventory ducks in a row before I get on with the day, which basically includes going to the fund, getting all that shit started and rolling, and then going to Lara's and getting all the food there. What do you need for all of that? You need inventory space. So that's what I'm doing. I think I also take a nap as well. Yes. Yes, I do. Factory, sweet factory. Always has some goddamn solicitors at my door. But these are nice solicitors. But again, I just have no inventory. So I do accept their gifts. I know now I'm not as naive of a young Burak as I was, where I'm like, oh no, what will the town think of me? Fuck the town. The town can all eat it. They're all gonna die without me, so they're gonna accept the fact that I take hearts and blood from monsters, or they're all gonna die. It seems like a good deal. A good deal to me, eh? And this had much less of an impact. Not gonna lie, when you feel like you're doing competently in this game, the plague is a lot less threatening. He almost seems posturing. I guess it's not like a he, a they, she. It's more personified as a she, I guess. Whatever. It's a lot less threatening, because it's like, well, guess what, dum-dum? I know I'm going to beat you. Fate has ordained it. There's nothing you can actually do, Mr. Plague Man. All you're doing is posturing about, thinking you can get me. It's a mind game. It's all a mind game. It's beautiful how this game fucks with you. Alright, moment of truth. The thing we've all been waiting for. Yup. You need a standard cloak, sir. A repellent cloak is actually not the correct cloak you need. You foolish goddamn fool. Go buy another one. I have $38. And here, I thoroughly lose all hope. Yeah, there was a small rant. There was a small rant to this about how this game can go fuck itself for having two different cloaks in two different areas. Look at my face! I was so upset. So goddamn upset. This fucking game. This fucking game wasting my goddamn time. I'm fairly certain I was even reconsidering just reloading the save, doing it all over a goddamn again just to get the cloak. I can't think about it too much. I didn't go to that clothes store. This is what I'm marking down in my brain. I didn't go to that one. So let's go to that one and see if we can't do something. But first, you always need some tinctures for the road, eh? And very quickly recruit a child to, steal something. Don't worry about it. He's good at it. He loves it. It's great. Unfortunately, as my ADD mind does, it remembered that the nutshell, has this guy who wants to give me a schmouter for a leash. So, whoop-de-doo, 100% do that. Because again, this game is interesting. It very much sets in the idea that, your choices and morals are very important. And in a sense they are, because they tell you a lot about yourself, and a lot about, how you would approach these situations, how you actually approach the idea of loyalty to, your friends, who you consider friends. Do you have friends in this world? It's all that. It's all in, your own head that the game is, because none of these choices super carry over. I trade away the leash, and Notkin doesn't say much about it. He doesn't really seem to care, especially. He's still my friend, still my bound. At the end of the day, he's still dependent on me, so it just doesn't mean much. But it speaks to you. You playing it. Do you care about loyalty? Do you value your friendships? It's so good. And this song is so good. And a conversation I've actually never seen before in this game. You go to the House of Death, right? And Khan says, I can't stay in the polyhedron because, shit, I could endanger everyone, all of my peers, because I could be infected. And this is what I'm saying. This game is so interesting. It's so interesting. I love it so much. I can't even begin to put it into words. It's about ideals. It's a game about ideals, and about following those ideals, which ideals you have. And I just love it. I also love Khan. I really don't know why. It's kind of an irrational attachment. I think I just respect Khan. And maybe it's my own dealio with authority figures, but I kind of respect a child authority figure. I think a child that is able to wield authority and use it responsibly, it calls into question whether Khan uses it responsibly, but I don't know. I just really like Khan, even though I've never really interacted with him a ton. I mean, he's always just struck me as a very, very competent person, kind of like Capella. Very similar to Capella. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want in the world, and have an amazing day. I'm me, you're you, but I've gotta go. So, peace out.